Okay, a little video to showcase some of the improvement, well, of the Ccrp bombing mode. Lich will do better than me, but I will show you the basics. The first change is the PUAC. PUAC is used to do two things. The first thing is that it gives you an indication of the pull-up. This is this symbol here. When it reaches the FPM, then you have the pull-up.
Pull up, pull up.
So this indicator is PUAC is working only if you have the radar altimeter on, and it's also a cue for the bomb delivery. For instance, if I am within 10 seconds of the launch and I am below altitude for release delay, arming delay, or voilà,
Altitude.
arming delay or burst altitude for CBUs, then you have the cue is showing. That's the case here. Let me show you again. Okay, I'm too low. Let's climb. Voilà. The PUAC here is indicating that you will reach the minimum altitude for a correct release according to arming delay or burst altitude for CBU. For instance, here, if I change my arming delay to 2 seconds, the PUAC will go down. Voilà. See, it's 2 seconds, so it gives me more margin. If I put it back to 6 seconds, when the PUAC will reach the FPM, you will have a low indicator. Voilà, low is displayed in the HUD. And then, if I continue diving, the new PUAC is for the ground avoidance queue, the pull-up queue. So you have the low indicating you're too low for a release, and PUAC acting for the pull-up. So now for the Ccrp. Okay, so the Ccrp delivery, target something here, right. So these air max here in the DZL represents the maximum range lofted at 45 degrees. Whatever the release angle you enter into your SMS, this is the maximum range at 45 degrees, basically the maximum range you can get. This is of course a parameter that evolves with speed and altitude. When the caret here reaches the maximum lofted range, you can see here two lines. A new line is a vertical pull-up line, and the solution queue here, they will start going up and down to the FPM, and when they will be both at the FPM, this is the pull-up time. The pull-up time is depending on the release angle of your SMS. At the moment it's 45. If I put it at release angle is here at 30 degrees, you can see that the cues in the HUD will the vertical will go down. So that means the system is set up for a pull-up queue for a 30 degrees pull-up release. So when the carrot reaches the top of the DZL, 2 seconds before you have the circle that appears, then when it enters into the DZL is 45 degrees, it flashes for 2 seconds. It's just an indicator saying to the pilot, you are in range if you want to release somehow. Though I have set up my release angle to 30 degrees, so freeze it here. So the indication to pull up is only when the vertical bar here reaches the FPM and the solution Q reaches the FPM as well. The 5 seconds here is 5 seconds to pull up. That means that in 5 seconds those 2 bars will join the FPM, and that is the release angle, the current release angle. If you want to release to pull up now, you will release at 40 degrees. And of course we expect that when the timer will be 0, that when the bars will reach the FPM, then we will read, of course, 30 degrees, which means we want because we want a 30 degrees release. The indication here is the altitude you will reach, predicted altitude after pull up. So let's do it. Pull up. Here the vertical line is indicating the number of G's you have to pull, and you have to follow the line. It's basically a 4G line. Release. So the DZL is disappearing when you are above 15 miles. Your target is above 15 miles disappearing. It also disappears if you are at more than 50 degrees from the target. The DZL disappears, but the steering line remains. If we want to do level release, that is standard, and basically you just don't follow the pull-up cues, and when the timer will reach 0, then it will just release leveled.